Okay, let's take a look at the first side of the worksheet involving exponents. The first problem asked us to find the product or quotient writing our answer using exponents. So we learned when we're multiplying, we are going to, let me make that a little bolder. So when we're multiplying, we are going to add our exponents. And when we're dividing, we're going to subtract our exponents. And multiplication kind of looks like plus, and division kind of has that subtraction sign in it. So this is what you do when you are working with exponents. The bases stay the same, but the exponents, if you're multiplying, you add them. If you're dividing, you subtract them. So here, we have our base of 3, so we're going to add 2 plus 4, we get 3 to the 6th. And number 3, we have our base is the same, it's 2, so we're going to add 3 plus 3, we get 2 to the 6th. Number 4, our base is the same, it's 5, and we're going to add 4 plus 3 plus 2, and we get 9. And number 5, our base is the same, it's 4, so we're going to add, now remember, this 4 actually has an exponent of 1 on it, so we're going to add 1 plus 8 plus 7, we get 4 to the 16th. If some of these are kind of small for you to see on the video, just make sure you have your paper in front of you so you can follow along. Alright, number 6, set 9 to the 7th times 9, remember that's 9 to the 1st, so we have the same base, so we're going to add 7 plus 1, we get 9 to the 8th. Okay, moving on, 8 to the 5th times 8 to the 6th, our same base of 8, we're going to add 5 plus 6, we get 11. Number 8, we're subtracting. We're going to subtract 14 minus 9 because we have the same base, so our base stays the same, and 14 minus 9 is 5. So just subtract. And we have this bar here. It kind of also is another way of helping you remember, maybe to remember subtraction. I know it's a division bar for a fraction, but it just might be a little hint for you. 5 to the 9th over 5 to the 8th, we have the same base, which is 5, so we're just going to subtract 9 minus 8 and get 1. Number 10, 3 to the 15th over 3 to the 6, subtract 15 minus 6, we get 9. Keeping your base constant. Number 11, 12 to the 4th over 12 to the 3rd, subtract 4 minus 3 and get 1, which you can just write as 12. And number 12, we're going to subtract 13 minus 7, and we get 9 to the 6th. And number 13, that's 8 minus 6, we get 8 squared. Okay, now these ones are the same thing, only instead of numbers as bases, we have variables as bases. So my base is A, and I'm going to add 3 plus 2 to get 5. Number 15, my base is B. I'm going to add 6 plus 7 and get 13. Number 16, my base is X, so that stays constant. I'm going to add 9 plus 3 to get 12. Number 17, my base is Y, so that stays constant. I'm going to add 8 plus 5 to get 13. Number 18, I have this 3 that's hanging out here, but my base is actually only G. That 3 is a coefficient, so we can look at that later. First, take care of what we know. So we're going to get G to the 9th because we're going to add 4 plus 5. And then come back and you can multiply your coefficients just like normal because they're not separated. They're not connected to the exponent, they're separated. So 3 times 1 is 3, so your final answer is 3G to the 9th. Number 19, your base is H, so take care of that first. You're going to add 3 plus 4 plus 2, and you're going to get H to the 9th. And now you can multiply your coefficients. 4 times 5, so your final answer is 20H to the 9th. Now in 20, we have division going on, so we're going to subtract 9 minus 7, we get K squared. In number 21, we're going to subtract 14 minus 3, we get M to the 11th. And number 22, ignore that 8 right now, it's a coefficient, and subtract 13 minus 7, you're going to get 6, so n to the 6th, and that 8 divided by 1 can be simplified to just 8, so it's 8n to the 6th. Number 23, ignore the 32 over 8 for the time being, just take care of the variable, the harder part. 5 minus 3 is 2, so we have d squared. Now go back and look at your coefficients. 32 over 8 can be simplified. 8 goes into both. 8 goes into 32 4 times, 8 goes into 8 once, so 4d squared is sufficient. In number 24, we want to simplify the numerator first. So our bases are s, so I'm going to get s to the 7th because I add 5 plus 2. And then 18 times 1, I take care of my coefficients. I get 18 s to the 7th over 15 s to the 4th. Now I do a second step and I'm going to subtract. So I get 7 minus 4 s to the 3rd. And I can simplify this 18 over 15. Both are divisible by 3, so I get 6 fifths. So it's 6 fifths s to the 3rd. Or you could write 6s to the 3rd over 5. You can put this variable on the side or in the numerator. Either of them is okay. Number 25, same thing again. You're going to simplify the numerator, so you're going to add 6 plus 4 and get 10, and multiply 16 times 1 and just get 16. So your numerator is 16t to the 10th, denominator is 12t, and I believe that's to the 7th. So, okay, and then I'm going to subtract 10 minus 7, I get t to the 3rd, and simplify 16 over 12. 4 goes into both, so you get 4/3. Okay, moving on. Let's try some more. Same thing, going back to what we just did. Our base is the same, it's 5, so I'm going to add 10 plus 11, I get 5 to the 21st. And number 2, my base is the same, it's 4. I'm going to add the exponents, 8 plus 9, and I get 4 to the 17th. In number 3, my base is 6, so I'm going to add the exponents, and I'm going to get 7 plus 2 plus 8 is 17. If some of these numbers, I'm pretty sure that's what they are, but if they don't match exactly, just go off of the numbers that I'm giving you, but so far we're good. Number 4, 8 squared times 8 to the 14th times 8 cubed. We have the same base of 8, so I'm going to add 2 plus 14 plus 3. I'm going to get 8 to the 19th. Number 5, I have the same base of 9, so I'm going to add 12 plus 13. I get 9 to the 25th. Number 6, my base is 10. I'm going to add 7 plus 13. I get 20. Number 7, we're subtracting. So my base stays constant. Nothing happens there. And I'm going to subtract 16 minus 8 and get 8. Number 7, I'm going to subtract 20 minus 14 and get 6. Number 9, I'm going to subtract 19 minus 15 and get 4. And notice in each of these, my base stays constant because that's my base. It's not a coefficient, it's my base. And number 10, base is 13. I'm going to subtract 5 minus 2 and get 3. Number 11, my base is 16. I'm going to subtract 8 minus 5 and get 3. Number 12, my base is 20. I'm going to subtract 9 minus 7 and get 2. Okay, so those are when we just have bases that are numbers. In the remaining ones, we have bases that are variables. So your base stays constant, and you're going to add 4 plus 4 to get 8. In number 14, we have coefficients involved, but just focus on the base first. H to the 5th, h to the 6th, add them, you get h to the 11th. And now go back and work with the coefficients. 3 times 4 is 12. 12h to the 11th. Number 15, we're going to add 2 plus 16, we get g to the 18th. 5 times 1 is 5. Number 16, e to the 19th, because I add 9 plus 10 and multiply 8 times 7 and get 56. So 56 e to the 19th. With number 17, focus on your base first. 3 plus 4 plus 2 is w to the 9th, and then multiply your coefficients. 9 times 2, 18. In number 18, we're going to multiply. We have our bases, v. We're going to add 6 plus 4 plus 3. We get v to the 13. We're going to multiply 5 times 2 times 2 and get 20. Number 19, we're going to subtract. 15 minus 9 is 6, so x to the 6th. 20, we're going to subtract 18 minus 2 and get y to the 16th, and then simplify. 9 over 15, 3 goes into both, so we get 3/5. Number 21, we're going to subtract 9 minus 2 and get s to the 7th, and reduce 12 over 32, and we know that 2 goes into both, so 12 over 32. We could divide both by 2, and we're going to get 6 over 16, which could be divided by 2 again to get 3/8. So this is going to be 3/8. Whoops, that was a little sloppy. 3/8 s to the 7th. 3 more. We're going to subtract 11 minus 7, and we're going to get z to the 4th. And simplify 15 over 8 and get 5/6. 23, like up above, we simplify the numerator to get 30a to the 8th, and our denominator comes over, and now we subtract. So I get a to the 7th, because that's really an exponent of 1, and divide 30 by 6 to get 5, and 12 by 6 to get 2. And the very last one, h to the 11th and h to the 6th, so it's going to give me h to the 17th. Multiply, I get 42 over 28 h to the 3rd, and then I'm going to subtract 17 minus 3 and get 14, and simplify 42 over 28, 7 goes into both, 6/4, but 6/4 can be reduced, so 3 h to the 14th over 2. All done. Good job, guys.